All right, guys. So after 10 years of watching Chargers and Challengers, Scatpacks and Hellcats stolen, right? Broken into, stolen, never recovered, parts completely, taken out of the body and sold on the black market. After 10 years of that, when the Charger and the Challenger is no longer being produced, Dodge now wants to come out with what they're calling a direct connection start defender theft deterrent system, which is a deluxe alarm security system for Scatpack and SRT models, as well as a key programming lockdown, which prevents unauthorized programming of new key fobs. And it also is a circuit interrupting system that allows the owner to set a two-factor authentication that allows them to essentially enter in a key code or a key sequence in the car before the car starts. And they want to give this service to you for $695, which will be licensed and installed through Direct Connection. After 10 years of watching our cars getting stolen, and they're no longer producing this car anymore, now Dodge wants to give you a security system to protect your investment. Better late than never, right? Let's talk about it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Knockout 360 here with another video, man. So you can tell I'm in a house that makes it a house vlog. You know what's going down. Come around. Let's get into it. Car content, car shows, car reviews, car meets, anything and everything car related happens on this channel. So if you're into that, make sure that you stick around. For everyone else, hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you know what's coming out and when it's coming out. So boom. After 10 years of watching people suffer, 10 years of watching people get robbed at point blank range, at, pew pew point, at 10 years of people coming out of their house, their apartment, their townhome, and seeing their cars on bricks or seeing their cars with broken windows and broken dash center mounts, right? Steering wheel all yanked the fuck out, dash all yanked the fuck out, wires and all of that shit hanging out, center console torn up the shit. After 10 years of that, people's cars being stolen, never being seen again. My homeboy had a red-eye Charger, right? Red-eye wide-body Charger. When they first started coming out in like 2021, red-eye wide-body Charger, that shit got stolen. He got robbed at gunpoint. The car was stolen and then taken down to Atlanta, where it's probably in somebody else's Jeep Trackhawk at this point. You know what I mean? After 10 years of that, Dodge finally says, enough is enough. We want to give you guys an all-inclusive security system. And they're calling it the Direct Connection Start Defender Theft Deterrent System. Let's talk about it. All right, so boom. When you go to the Dodge Garage website, Start Defender, this is what it is. This is what it looks like. Dodge Direct Connection Performance Parts brand marks Hemi Day with new Start Defender Theft Deterrent System. All right, so I'm going to read this from top to bottom. This is from 2018 to 2023 model year Challenger and Charger muscle cars. So apparently if you have a 2015, 2016, and 2017, Dodge doesn't care, right? Whether you got a Charger or Challenger, Dodge doesn't give a damn. But CompuStar and IGLA, they do. They work for 2015, 2016s, and 17s. We're going to talk about that later. So boom, 2018, 23 model Charger and Challenger. So no Trackhawk, no TRX, no Durango Hellcat. They don't care about none of those cars. All right, so boom. The Direct Connection Start Defender system provides an incremental theft deterrent option for owners of modern performance era Charger and Challenger vehicles powered by the Hemi. So if you got a V6 or RT, Dodge doesn't care. Only if you got a Scatpack or Hellcat. The Start Defender system helps protect prized Hemi-powered muscle cars by building it on the existing security features. What security features? Whatever. Security features from Dodge, such as the factory installed security alarm, including a deluxe alarm for Scatpack and SRT models, as well as a key programming lockdown, which helps prevent unauthorized programming of key fobs. Okay, that helps, you know what I mean? Because that's how a lot of people do steal our cars. They'll go and they'll get a reprogram of our key fob, and then basically our car doesn't recognize the original key fob from the new one, and then they can literally just pull up to our house, unlock our car, start it, and roll out. The Direct Connection Start Defender Theft Deterrent System is another tool to help Hemi-powered, I don't know why they keep putting Hemi in all capitalized words. They want you to know it's strictly for Hemis. Hemi-powered Charger and Challenger owners to protect their muscle cars and have a little peace of mind. The Direct Connection Start Defender System, so here's where we're getting into the actual nitty-gritty of what it is a CAN-based circuit interrupt system that lets owners set two-factor authentication for the starting circuit of their Dodge Charger or Challenger. The two-factor authentication is set via a button sequence chosen by the vehicle owner. Doesn't that sound familiar? IGLA. IGLA's been doing that for years. Let's continue. The vehicle will only start when the correct button sequence is entered and authenticated. I've showed you guys that video numerous times, right? IGLA is literally the same system. You can break into the car, but that car will not start. It will not move. Nothing will happen until you enter in the appropriate code on the steering wheel. You can use the up-down cruise control buttons. You can use the paddle shifters. You've got an array of options, but IGLA did it first. Start Defender provides a feature, the vehicle will start when the correct button sequence is entered and authenticated. Gotcha. Start Defender features a private encrypted Wi-Fi network with a website to both set up and manage the system. That's interesting. Only the Start Defender system owner can reset the device. Up to 4 different button sequences are available, so multiple drivers can access the system. So if it's you, your wife, and maybe 2 kids driving your Hellcat, your 2019 Hellcat, they can set up their own sequence. Start Defender can also be configured to allow access for multiple drivers, and the system can be enabled and disabled during a variety of activities where the owner cannot enter the button sequence, such as car wash visits, valet parking, trips to the dealership for service, and more. That's literally IGLA. IGLA literally does all of that. I mean, there's a key that you can enter where it allows you for the next, I think it's like 5 starts or something like that, up to 50 or 30 miles an hour. It will disable all security controls so that you can get your car serviced, take it to the car wash, have it detailed, what have you. I don't do that. I want my security on all the time. The system includes an external relay control, and a hood switch can activate a relay control 12-volt device, allowing sirens and other warning devices to be connected and controlled. The Start Defender system can be installed by a mechanic or also self-installed with no special tools needed. That's interesting, because with IGLA, I have to take it to Tounes Car Stereo, which is a licensed security installer, and he won't even tell me where the system is installed at because, he doesn't want there to be a chance that I guess somebody could get a hold of me and hold me for ransom, and it's like, give me your Hellcat. Like, I don't even know how the car is wired up, and he doesn't even let me see the process, the install process. The system does not damage or alter any original equipment. The Start Defender theft deterrent system is now available through Wesley Motorsports. Never heard of them. As a licensed direct connection product with the MSRP of $695. And as you can see, everybody is no Durango Hellcat. Why not the 2016, 2017 Chargers? They're all theft magnets. Yes, they are. The hub lock. So Dodge doesn't care about 2016, 2017 Chargers and Challengers, V6 RT Chargers and Challengers, Durangos, TRX, and Trackhawks. They only care about 2018 through 2023 Charger and Challenger, Scatpack, and Hellcat models, and they're going to give you the Start Defender. They're 10 years too late. You know what I mean? So many people have had their cars broken into or stolen that really could have used this quote unquote Start Defender years ago. That's my first gripe with it. I mean, you stopped producing 2023 Chargers and Challengers 2 years ago. And just now, 2 years after the fact, you want to secure it? Backwards as hell. I have a lot of problems with direct connection right now. I'll be honest with you. And you guys I've documented a lot of them with my Charger in and of itself. I mean, I was one of the first ones to put the direct connection stage kits on my Hellcat. And don't get me wrong, they were cool. They gave you some pretty cool power. Nothing compared to what I got now with Palmer. But we did have a lot of issues. I mean, on mine particularly, for some reason, my battery I think that was just kind of a symptom of how the direct connection worked. But long story short, whenever I would accelerate, and we've seen this in my previous videos, my headlights would die. If I accelerated at nighttime from a dig or just a hard acceleration, it would literally short out my headlights. And then we found out that there was something specific about 2023 Dodge Chargers that is unique to any other year Charger or Challenger. But that had a lot to do with direct connection. Not to mention, I mean, I've talked to some very reliable and credible sources that have said that direct connection, some of their installs or whatever, has completely sacked their car, their PCM, the whole nine. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things like if your installer doesn't know how to rectify or troubleshoot it, you're fucked. And I say that to say, like, we've called the direct connection line a couple times and gotten damn near nobody, you know, on the other side of it. And they will leave you out to dry. It's one of them things like, listen, if your installer at whatever dealership you went to doesn't know what they're doing, you're screwed. Let me turn this down a little bit. You're screwed, right? It's one of those things like if you can't figure it out where you're at, it's just not going to get figured out. Rip the whole system out and start from scratch. We've seen that as well. Not to mention all of the promises, the empty promises that Direct Connection have made. They promised stage kits for the Scatpack. They promised stage kits for the Hellcat Stage 2 kits for the Hellcat that never came out. Stage 3 kits for the Red Eye that never came out. Demon kits that never came out. All kinds of shit that they promised. They got everybody in an uproar and really upset and real happy that, you know, Dodge was going to be dropping these quote unquote stage kits to give you more power, and they haven't said a damn thing about it. Like, think about all the money that they left on the table for the Scatpack. Like, they had, I think it was up to like 2 different stage kits for the Scatpack that they were going to be allegedly dropping. None of those stage kits ever came out, and Dodge never said a damn thing about why they didn't come out with those kits, or, you know, is there going to be some sort of kits in the future. All they did was gave us this block of metal here in the form of a 2025 Dodge Charger EV that nobody asked for. So, I mean, I'm kind of not really excited at all about this Direct Connection kit that's supposed to be a theft deterrent, to be real with you, just because I remember when I was first getting into the Direct Connection situation, I was going around to Dodge dealerships in my city, Charlotte, North Carolina, because mind you, Palmer is in Alpharetta, Georgia, right? So that's 3.5, 4 hours from me. But I remember specifically going to the dealership that I bought my Hellcat from. I went to Lake Norman Dodge. I went to another Dodge in Pineville, right outside of Pineville. If you're in Charlotte, you know what I'm talking about. There's a Dodge dealership in Pineville, North Carolina, going towards Pineville. But I went to 3 different Dodge dealerships asking about stage kits, and not a single one of them knew what I was talking about. Not a single one of them knew what I was talking about. You know what I mean? And they had never heard of it. They had never heard of an ETA of those kits being delivered, nothing. And then fortunately, by the grace of God, Palmer Dodge, shout out to my man Kyler and my man Ryan, those guys reached out to me from Palmer Dodge in Alpharetta, Georgia, and basically said, look, listen, we got our hands on some kits and we want to go ahead and install it. And that's where the beginning of our relationship with Palmer started right there, was with the stage kits. And so I drove all the way down there, had them install it, and it's been gravy ever since. It's been beautiful ever since. Although I have had a few issues with the stage kits that had nothing to do with Palmer, had nothing to do with them or the install process. It literally had a lot to do, or everything to do, with the kit itself, especially with mine, because apparently mine was like the first generation stage kit that had not been ironed out correctly. So I had a lot of issues with the stage kits, which is why I ripped those things the fuck off of my car immediately. And that's why we're going with the Palmer kits, obviously. The Demon package, the Palmer package, excuse me, not kits. But yeah, I ripped that shit off immediately. So I'm saying all that to say, this doesn't really excite me one bit, you know, especially in my case. So as soon as I bought my Hellcat, the first thing that I did was I went and got CompuStar security system. Now, CompuStar T13. All right, so boom, let's go here. CompuStar T13. Make sure I'm still recording. I am. CompuStar Pro T13. And you guys have seen me get this installed because I got it done at Tounes Car Stereo. 2-way LCD remote, 3-mile max range, smartphone control, proximity unlock, waterproof, all that good stuff. And this is literally the industry's most advanced remote start and security system. Sure, it offers the remote start feature as well, but more importantly, it's an all-inclusive alarm system, right? If you touch my car, the alarm goes off. I get a notification to my phone and the key fob. You try to break my window, the alarm goes off. I get a notification to my phone as well as the key fob. I don't know, for whatever reason, if you're able to break my window, jump in the car quick enough and think that you're going to start it, it's not going to start because it's a kill switch as well. So it's one of those things where, and it's an audible alarm. So the minute that you touch my car, the alarm is going off. Horns, sirens, all that shit's going off. You know what I mean? They're like, I literally, as I'm saying in here, panic and siren. So that's that. Now, Dodge talked about the 2-factor authentication where you could enter in a code on the steering wheel. Bro, IGLA's been doing that shit for years. Stop playing. Like IGLA's been doing that. Let's go here. Allow all, whatever. IGLA alarm. I'm just clicking on this. I don't know if this is exactly the one that I have. But boom, this device employs the most up-to-date software algorithms that block engine start in operation, automatic transmission shifting, reprogramming of standard keys. In case of carjacking, it blocks the engine at the speed safe for the driver and cars nearby. This is literally everything that Dodge just offered. IGLA. I have all this shit on my car. IGLA, CompuStar, CarLock, all that good stuff. Come on now, you know CarLock ain't going nowhere on this channel, baby. But I got CarLock, IGLA, and CompuStar. So when I get in my car, I've got to have my red key, I've got to have my CompuStar key, and when I get inside the car, I got to enter in a PIN code on the steering wheel before my car will start. If for whatever reason I do things too slow, my car doesn't start. It doesn't move. If I do things too fast and maybe I don't allow it to cycle like it's supposed to, my car doesn't start. And if you start entering a bunch of bullshit, eventually it's just going to reset itself, and it's certainly not going to start. You know what I mean? Like IGLA and CompuStar have been doing this for years, and Dodge is just now coming to the party 10 years late, if you ask me. 10 years after people's cars have been stolen like crazy, and now they want to charge you $695. I can guarantee you right now, in whatever city and state that you're living in, if you were to call your Dodge dealership and say, I want to get the Start Defender security system installed, they're going to ask you, what the hell are you talking about? Because they don't know. There is a huge disconnect between communication from Dodge Direct Connection and actual Dodge dealerships. You can look on the website all day long about all the new shit that they're offering. This came out 4/25, which was, what, 2 weeks ago? You can look at the website and all this shit, and it'll tell you, oh, this should be available come, when did it say it was going to be available? It's now available through Wesley Motorsports as a licensed direct connection product. Never heard of Wesley Motorsports. I don't know how they're affiliated with Dodge, but apparently they're affiliated with Dodge. If you were to go to a Dodge dealership and ask them about this Start Defender deterrent system, they're not going to know what the hell you're talking about. So it's one of those things, like in whatever city you're in, you need to go to a licensed security installer and have them put CompuStar on your car for real. Like that's what I have on mine. I have the Pro 13 CompuStar on my car. I have IGLA as well on my car, and I have it on my T-Rex too. You know what I mean? I got all that shit on my T-Rex. And of course, if you're in North Carolina, you need to be going to Tounes Car Stereo. Look, 5-star rating. I get all of my shit. Everything that I get done to my car, I go to Tounes Car Stereo. He's in Concord. If you've ever been to Charlotte, Concord Mills, it's literally that same exit. That's the Burton, what is it, Burton Smith? Burton Smith, is it Burton Smith exit? Hold on. I don't even know my own city. Burton Smith. Yeah. Burton Smith, yeah. Bruton Smith. Bruton Smith Boulevard, Concord. Damn, I don't even know my own city. Bruton Smith, I'm going to keep saying it wrong too. Bruton Smith Boulevard, Concord Mills exit. That's where his shop is located. Tounes Car Stereo. It's all right here. I mean, you can look at the screen record. Here's his phone number and everything. Whether you got a 2005 Charger, I don't know if they came out with Chargers in 2005, 2007 Charger, 2008, V6, RT, Scatpack, Hellcat, Trackhawk, Durango, TRX, CompuStar works for all of those cars, man. You can go to this man with the 1970 Dodge Charger and he'll be able to hook you up with some security on it. Not just 2018 through 2023, which, I mean, they're basically saying if you got a 2016, 2017, or a 2015, you can go fuck yourself. Like, good luck. But I'm sure they probably did something between 2018 and 2023 differently than they did previous years. But that just bothers me. It bothers me that they only want to defend Scatpack and Hellcat models. Scatpack and SRT, so maybe SRT 392. Did they have SRT 392s in 2018? I thought they stopped making those in 2017, and then they started making the Scat or the Daytona. So if you don't have a Scatpack or a Hellcat, Dodge does not give a damn about protecting your car. You know, they talk all of this Hemi engine shit, but they say absolutely nothing about the RT. You know what I mean? Which I would argue there are probably more RTs on the road than there are 6.4s and 6.2s, certainly 6.2s. But between 2018 and 23, if you got a Scatpack or Hellcat and you just want this system, let me know how it works out for you. Let me know what it does. If you're in the South, maybe you're in the Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia area, let me know and we can compare apples to apples, because I would love to see what this Start Defender system is all about. Because me personally, having dealt with direct connection, we've had a lot of issues with direct connection. I mean, it was cool and everything at the start of it, but that's why we started to, and you'll notice on the channel, we phased out direct connection. Like, I stopped using those two words on my channel just because we had some issues with my car. And not only that, but we had issues with communication, talking to people, troubleshooting. And if Palmer Dodge, my man Kyler, if that man wasn't so damn much of a mastermind, we wouldn't have known what to do, because like dealerships were literally calling him Kyler, right? The dude, the same guy, for all you guys that's got a Dodge Demon package, not a Dodge package, a Demon package or a Ghoul package on your car because you've gone to Palmer, you should know that Dodge dealerships all over the world was calling him to find out how to install the direct connection kit. Like, he had people calling from the South, the Midwest, you know what I'm saying, all the way out on the West Coast. He had people calling him to find out how to install Dodge direct connection kits, because there was no information on it. There were no like classes or anything like that on it. Dodge literally just dropped it and it's like, here you go. Here's your direct connections. You know what I mean? So we started slowly phasing out of that. They took all of that shit off of my car, even took it off of Ryan's car, his Hellcat himself. Took it off of his Hellcat, my Hellcat, and then that's where the rollout of the Palmer Demon packages came into play, because it was one of those things like, we can build on this, like we can do something better that Dodge hasn't done. Like, we can really, capitalize on what Dodge has left on the table. You know what I mean? And as I speak, I believe they're working on the 392 package. Don't quote me, but I believe that they're working on the Scatpack 392 package. Once again, where Dodge left a lot of money on the table. You know what I mean? They made a whole lot of promises, but they did not fulfill them. So all in all, guys, if you just happen to be in the area and you got $695 laying around, which, if you got that kind of money laying around, whatever. But if you got that kind of money laying around and you just want to get a direct connection Start Defender system installed, by all means, do it. You know what I mean? The benefit of it is, I would assume it's warranted by Dodge. So if anything was to happen, you could probably just take it to Dodge and have them fix it, reinstall it, whatever the case may be. But I'm going to be honest with you guys, all of the shit that this Defender is claiming to do has already been done by CompuStar and IGLA. You know what I mean? You can follow this guy on Instagram. His name is IGLA. Like, he's the guy that, to my understanding, I believe he builds the kits. IGLA_man_SRT. He built my kit. And Kentucky. Yeah. So I think all of the IGLA kits are coming from Kentucky, so right in the South. I don't know if you would consider Kentucky the South. Is Kentucky considered the South? I don't know. But the IGLA systems are manufactured and shipped from Kentucky. You know what I mean? So these guys have been doing this shit for years, and I trust them. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. When I drive my Hellcat or my T-Rex, I lock it and I just walk away. Like, a lot of guys will lock their cars 3-4 times just to make sure. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I lock my shit, I'm good to go. As long as I hear my key fob make a noise in my car with the horn, I'm good to go. I don't need nothing else. You know what I mean? That's how much I trust the systems, because it's extremely sensitive too. Like, there's different degrees that you can turn up the IGLA, not the IGLA, but the CompuStar system as well. So the CompuStar system is the all-in-one security system, right? Shock sensor, glass break sensor. If somebody tries to throw your car on a flatbed, tilt sensor, and then it's just your GPS alarm. So you can use your key fob, you can use your app, all that stuff to track your car all at once. The IGLA, however, is the, once you get inside the car, it's the engine, the legitimate engine kill switch. So you have to enter in the key code to start your car. You know what I mean? The downside with CompuStar is if, like, you're at a gas station or something, and somebody comes up to you with the whatever, and they put it in your face. If they were to steal your keys from you, which obviously they would, it's got the key fob on there, and they would be able to use the key fob and just, unlock it or whatever the case may be. But with IGLA, you would literally have to tell the person that's trying to steal your car your PIN code, which nobody's going to do. If somebody puts the gun in your face and it's like, get up, you take off running. They're not getting away with your car. They may be able to unlock it, but they're not getting away with it. You know what I mean? So between these two systems right here, This is all the security that you need. And right now, unfortunately, I'm not being sponsored by either CompuStar or IGLA. I would love that sponsorship because I literally do have 2 cars that have both of these systems in there. But I'm saying that to say that's just how much I stand by the software and the security systems of both of these companies. Like, they are legitimate. Like, I feel really comfortable with this. And I'm saying all that to say, I don't know how I feel about this Start Defender shit from Dodge. That's just me. Take it how you want to take it. Talk to your boy, like, subscribe, comment. I'm sorry I made this video so long, but it was one of those things, like, when we started talking direct connection, I did have to kind of let you guys know my dealings with direct connection in the past. It hasn't been the brightest, hasn't been the worst, because like I said, when I installed the stage kits, I had some power, you know, made a little bit of noise. It was pretty cool. But then I started having little ticky-tack issues with my car, and it was like, it's the direct connection. Yank that shit up out of there. And that's why at this point, I mean, we don't even talk about direct connection. Everything that I do on this channel is packages, Demon packages, Demon Plus, Ghoul packages. Everything comes from Palmer Dodge at this point. I trust Palmer Dodge more than I do Dodge. You know what I mean? That's just where I'm at with it. But as always, guys, you know, if you got $695, you do as you please with it, man. Who am I to tell you otherwise? But that's just how I feel about it. Talk to me, like, subscribe, comment. Serious questions here. I mean, are you going to jump on this? It bothers me that they don't make this for 2016s and 2017s. It bothers me that they don't make it for Durangos, TRXs, and Trackhawks, or even Jeeps, period, Jeep SRTs. That bothers me as well. But then again, you know, I guess Dodge doesn't give a damn. You know what I mean? They don't care. But as always, guys, like, subscribe, comment. It's been your boy Knockout 360. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.